Acolytes. Antifa made a bet again. Antifa men went to Japan to steal and vandalize. I didn't know that. Let's hear what the Templar has to say about it, because for F's sake, this is... By the way, I'm just gonna say it from the start. I find it disgusting that people go in other countries and vandalize it and do bad things with it, no matter where it is. And those fuckers, those freaking extremists on the left side, and yes, I am not talking about normal leftists, because, you know, it is what it is. There are a lot of normal people there. But let's be honest, this site has a lot of extremists, so let's just say it's not overdone. But Antifa going in to other countries and doing this, get them the fuck out. Or just throw them into jail. It's fine. I am all for it. Come on. The intro. I never know if I should skip the intros, because some YouTubers actually dislike if somebody watches their intros for some reason. I think it presents most of the people quite great, so.
You have a nearly 50-year-old Antifa man from New York going to Tokyo and tagging their infrastructure and also just stealing from convenience stores.
Yeah.
And because these people on the far left are such fucking idiots, this guy records himself committing crimes and then expects no ramification. Why is this person not in jail?
Exactly. Good question. Why is this person not in jail? I'm gonna tell you why. Because those freaks learned the following. If they do bad stuff, they don't go to jail. That's why. And I am actually quite unhappy that Trump didn't fall and break down way worse on those people. But hey, it is what it is.
Person should be in jail for a very, very long time. And by the way, that's the compromise. I think that the way that you deal with these people is you lock them up and you throw away the key.
Yes.
These people are a nuisance, a detriment to society. There is no rehabilitation for these people. I don't care if this guy is white. I don't care if he's black. It doesn't matter. There is a certain subsection of our society that is incompatible with civilization. And those people need to be...
I love him. Exactly. And those people need to be locked away and never let out. If you behave like an animal, you're gonna be treated like one.
Be rounded up and removed from the rest of society to protect themselves and others. Now, this guy apparently has a history of this. And in this case, he's going around and just making everything worse, making life worse for ordinary people. This is the video of him going around and tagging things, vandalizing property, going into the store, stealing, and then just walking out and tagging some more. Like, what a fucking moron. And the fact is, this is an Antifa guy, a far-left radical guy.
I'm gonna disagree on one thing. I don't think he's a moron. I think he's quite smart. Because he knows the following. In America, or in Europe, he would get away with it scot-free. In Japan, he's probably gonna get away with it scot-free. It's risky, but he probably won't face any challenges. So that's, on that point, I would disagree. That's smart. That's actually smart. It's still a shit thing to do, but it's smart.
And he's going to Japan to do this shit. I don't know, why would you go to Japan to do this? What have they done? Well, they're part of a colonial system of systemic institutions. No, these people are full of shit. These people don't care about any of the things that they claim to care about. You know, oh, we're anti-fascist. No, you're not. You're just a bunch of selfish, narcissistic people that want an excuse to do the bad things that you do. And you think, well, if I couch what I do in some sort of altruism, like I'm such a benevolent person, then I can't even be held accountable because I'm just fighting against the system. You're not. You're stealing from local convenience stores in a foreign country and you're making these ridiculous tag signs.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to have to work to scrub that shit off.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I think that we need to get tougher on people like this. These people need to be made an example of because it should be that this is an example of what not to do. You don't record yourself committing crimes. You don't film yourself committing crimes because you shouldn't be committing crimes. And if anyone thinks this is something cool, well, the punishment needs to outweigh any benefit that these people get, which is usually attention or clout or validation. And if they steal stuff, they get the stuff that they stole. It needs to be that the punishment is so far above anything that they could possibly get from it that it discourages them from doing it in the future. What?
He is correct about it. Yes, exactly. And the thing is, it sounds brutal, but right now, how do you deal with extremists otherwise? You just have to treat them way more harshly than it's worth. And for those people, well, they don't really think about the future, so doing stuff like this, for them, is a pretty high priority. So, yeah.
What a fucking loser. What a loser. And this is who the guy is. I feel bad for the people of Puerto Rico. I don't think this guy represents you. Although, I say that, and people in Puerto Rico like Bad Bunny, so who knows? The fact is that this guy decided to go to a foreign country and vandalize and steal and just take stuff, which is demonstrative of the left. It's what they do. It's who they are. They don't think that the rules apply to them. And to be fair, the rules haven't applied to them. Because why is this person not in jail? This person should be in jail for the rest of his life. He should be in jail for a very long time. He's a 50-year-old man behaving in this way. Rehabilitation, my ass. This guy's not going to be rehabilitated. This guy doesn't have the mental faculties to change. This guy should be in jail for the rest of his life. He's a 45-year-old Antifa man. Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization. This guy should be in jail for at least 30 years.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Why are you nuisancing innocent people? These are just people trying to live out their day-to-day, and you're making their life worse. You're making their surroundings worse. For what purpose? What political message does this serve other than you're a selfish piece of shit? I genuinely don't get it. Did Japan do something to you and now you're going to get them back by stealing from them and vandalizing their property? If you're part of Antifa, what do you think that Japan is fascist now? Is that it? Is that the message from Antifa? The whole world is fascist, man. Here's an idea.
No, the message of Antifa is let us do what we want or you're gonna get smacked in the face. That's their message. It always was the message and always will be their message. And we just shouldn't accept it, by the way. That's bad.
Fascist. Now, I use that term a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but these people are some of the worst and most authoritarian people. They believe in weaponizing the power of the state against people they disagree with, all the while committing crimes and victimizing innocent people and vandalizing their property and making society just worse in general. So I wanted to talk about this story. I wanted to bring it to light because this isn't going to reach mainstream news, but I'm going to do my part in order to highlight this because you have yet another one of these narcissistic freaks going out there and just doing anything they can to be a nuisance, to be a problem, to be a detriment. And these people don't deserve it. People that are walking, from work to home and home to work, They shouldn't have to see this vandalism shit. They don't want it. They don't need it. We don't want it. We don't need it. And I think the solution here, the final solution, is to get this guy and throw him in jail. And anyone else who does what he does.
I agree with him, yes. Right now, that's the only solution, yes. And as I said, I want the punishments for them to be harsh, very, very harsh, very, very harsh. I think if I ever had the chance of actually talking to Templar, you would have a lot of ground on the same freaking thing. Like, you would think in a lot of cases the same. Even if I disagree with him sometimes, doesn't mean that we wouldn't go hand in hand if it comes to this. It's a good thing, gonna be honest. I actually quite like it.
Honestly, I think that what it should be is you throw this guy in jail, and then anyone else who does something like this, you throw them in jail, and then they have to go out and clean it. I think that should be one of the consequences as well, as they spend a long time in jail. They should have to give back to the community. They should have to go and clean this shit up. For the first time in their life, they may be taught accountability. And by the way, this guy isn't 18. He's 45.
Yes.
A 45-year-old man is going to a foreign country and acting this way. Put this guy in a cage for the rest of his fucking miserable life. Please. Do not subject any more innocent people to this. Japan, I am deeply sorry for this. I apologize. You know, if this were in olden times, this guy would probably be forced to commit seppuku to spare his family the humiliation and shame of his actions. But we live in 2025 now, so unfortunately this sort of behavior has been far too normalized over here. We're doing our best to try to curtail this. We do want to make an example of people like this by putting them in jail for a long time and disincentivizing this sort of behavior.
Sadly, by now you failed. I'm just gonna be honest here, that there is a gigantic failure if it comes to Western countries that allows option like this to actually exist. And I hope we will change it. I mean, America is already going in the correct direction, slowly but surely. I don't see Europe right now. But if it happens in America, give it 3 to 5 years and it happens everywhere else. So I am still hopeful.
You know, I don't know. Maybe the Arabs have the right thing, that if you steal, you lose your hand.
Yep.
Maybe we got to go that direction, because it appears that nothing else reaches these people. Maybe you take off this guy's right hand. You know? I don't know. I other than throwing these people in jail, which doesn't seem to be happening, I don't know how else you'd solve this. This is egregious. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. And the fact that this guy continues to go into stores and steal and just take things that doesn't belong to him.
Yeah.
In a country that he doesn't belong in. And then he just goes and tags more stuff. Like, now the employee working there has to clean that off. If they can even get that off. Like, what a shit. And then he just leaves. Doesn't pay for anything. Tags something else on his way out. Japan, if you want to put this guy down, honestly, you know what? I wouldn't even object.
Hey. Behave like a dog. I mean, not a dog, sorry. I myself have 3 dogs. They don't behave like this. Well, behave like scum, be treated like scum. Die like scum. Simple as that.
This guy's such a waste of life. Making life just a little bit worse for everyone around him. Making life worse for everyone around him. No thought about his fellow citizen. I mean, these Antifa people, these are the most mentally ill, narcissistic, deranged freaks I've ever seen. And everything that they do is couched in this, oh, I'm a good person. You're not. You're the worst of the worst. You're absolutely pathetic. And I hope that they catch you, and I hope they throw you in jail for longer than they would put Johnny Somali in jail. I hope that you go to jail for at least 30 years. That's my hope. Anyway, brothers, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Well, he is correct.
We need to get tough.
He is on point. I actually hope that we get way harsher with those people. They deserve it. They just deserve it. We need to protect ourselves. For F's sake. But, as it is, acolytes, good night.